I'm such a mess right now. I never thought things would get to this point, but here I am. I need to confess everything to my husband because my AP's girlfriend has found out and has threatened to tell him herself. I can't let him hear it from anyone else. I don't even know where to start or how to explain it to him. My marriage is the most important thing to me, but I've gone and destroyed it. I can't stop thinking about what I've done to him and to our child too. I never wanted to be this person. I feel empty, hopeless. I don't know if my marriage is already over or if there's even a chance that we can get through this. I love my husband. I know that probably sounds like a joke coming from me, considering what I've done, but it's true. I let myself get carried away with someone else, someone who was just supposed to be a distraction from my problems. Now it's all blown up in my face, and I'm left with nothing but regret. Tonight, my AP told me he loves me. He usually doesn't say that, and I'll be honest, it irked me. He's the reason I'm in this mess to begin with. He's the one who pushed, who made it feel exciting, and I was stupid enough to go along with it. I know I made my choices, and I have to own up to them. But sometimes it feels like he just dragged me down into this disaster with him. The worst part is that I don't even know if I really loved him. I think I was just lost and he was there to make me feel something different for a while. But that doesn't make it right. I know that. When he said he loved me tonight, I felt nothing but frustration. He only says that when he sees me crying, like tonight, because I know everything is over now. I think he says it just to make me feel better or to stop me from breaking down. It's not real, not really. I met him tonight, probably for the last time. We spent our last evening together, and it just felt so empty. There was no excitement, no thrill, just the sinking feeling that I'd made a huge mistake. I'm terrified to tell my husband. I can't imagine what this will do to him. He's a good man. He doesn't deserve any of this. I hate myself for what I've done. I just wanted a way out of my own head for a little while. But now it feels like I've thrown away everything that really mattered. I wish I could take it all back, but I can't. Now I just have to face what I've done and pray that somehow he can find it in himself to forgive me. I don't know if I deserve it, but I want to at least try to make things right. Update. Last month I confessed to my husband about the affair I had with a coworker. I was backed into a corner because my AP's girlfriend threatened to tell him if I didn't. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I still feel like I'm living in a nightmare. My husband said that the only reason he's staying is for our child. He doesn't want him growing up in a broken home, and honestly, that breaks me even more. It feels like I'm not a person he wants to be with anymore, just someone he's tolerating for the sake of our child. Every day I try so hard to fix what I've broken. I try to be a better wife, a better mother, a better version of myself. But it feels like it's never enough. No matter what I do, I feel like I'm always falling short. He constantly reminds me that I need to keep improving, that I can always be better, but I wish that someday I could just be enough as I am. I know I messed up. I know I hurt him deeply, and I don't expect things to be perfect. But I want to feel like there's some hope, that maybe one day I could be worth loving again. I admitted to him recently that I no longer believe I will ever feel truly loved again. I've given up on the idea of feeling wanted or having a fulfilling, intimate life. Sex used to mean something to me. It was something beautiful. It was a way to connect, to feel close to someone I loved. But I ruined that. I made it something ugly, something tainted, and now I can't imagine ever feeling that kind of connection again. A whole part of who I am feels lost, and I don't know if I will ever get it back. It's like I've lost a part of my own personhood, and I'm not sure if I will ever be able to fully reconnect with myself or anyone else. I want reconciliation to work so badly. I want us to be a family, to find a way to move forward, but it feels like I've already lost myself in the process. I feel like I died inside, and now what's left of me is just trying to keep going, trying to function without any real hope. I don't know what I'm working towards anymore. I don't think he will ever love me again, and I don't think I will ever love myself. The guilt, the shame, the constant reminder of what I did. It's all too much sometimes. I almost wish I could just escape, to take the easy way out, but I know I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to just leave and hurt the people I love, especially my child. He deserves better, and I owe it to him to keep trying, even if it feels hopeless. There's a part of me that's still not fully over my AP. I hate that I even feel that way, but it's true. He was there when I was vulnerable, when I felt like I had nothing left to give, and I think part of me still clings to that. It's not love, not really, it's more of an escape, a way to avoid facing the reality of what I've done and what I've lost. But I know I can't keep holding on to that. I know I have to let go, for my husband, for my child, for myself. It just feels so hard, like I'm trapped in this life that I don't recognize anymore, and I don't know how to find my way out. Does it ever get better? Do I ever get to feel like I'm enough? Like I'm worth loving again? I'm scared that I'll never be able to make things right, that my husband will always look at me with that hurt in his eyes, that I'll never be able to give him the love he deserves. I'm scared that my child will grow up in a home filled with resentment and pain, that he will see what I've done and hate me for it. I'm scared that I will never be able to forgive myself, that I will always carry this weight, this burden, and that I will never find peace. But I'm trying. Every day I'm trying to be better, to be someone worth loving again. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I have to try. I owe it to my husband, to my child, to myself. I've made so many mistakes, and I've hurt the people I love, but I can't give up. I can't take the easy way out. I have to keep fighting, even if it feels like I'm fighting a losing battle. I don't know if it will ever get better. I don't know if I will ever be enough. But for now, all I can do is keep trying, keep hoping, and keep working towards something better. Even if I don't know what that is, I just hope that someday I might be able to find a way to forgive myself and maybe, just maybe, be worth loving again. Story 2. I, 31 RM, found out it was worse than I thought. 10 years together and 6 years of marriage. I've been with my wife since 2008. We've been married since 2012. We have 3 kids together, all under the age of 4. Like any marriage, we've had our ups and downs, and especially now with kids, it's been difficult, but I thought we've been generally happy and had a great relationship. So this all started back in May. I got really sick, possibly pneumonia, and spent a week in the hospital. I was slow to get back into our normal routine, and this set her off for some reason. She said she wasn't sexually attracted to me anymore, and went into all the reasons I didn't do enough around the house, I didn't do enough for her or the kids, I didn't handle enough responsibilities. I knew she was at least partially right, so I tried to find ways to do the things she wanted, organizing, planning, making lists, whatever I could do to give her the help and attention she said I was giving her. It was never enough. No matter what I did or how much I did, it was never enough. Or I hadn't been making these changes long enough for it to count. After weeks and weeks of arguing back and forth, her threatening separation, we finally separated in July. I tried to avoid it, did everything I could, but she stuck with it. Throughout all of this, we were constantly talking about fixing things between us and what needed to be done, but it was something that just kept dragging out. Sometime in August, after I caught her lying about where she was going and what she was doing, she admitted to sleeping with her ex. She claimed that it only happened twice and it didn't happen until we separated, so it didn't count. I decided to forgive her and wanted to work past this. I bought the book often recommended on here about healing your spouse after an affair. We had many arguments over the details of how we would work things out. This dragged on and on. She even started to tell me when she was going to this guy's house, allegedly to end it, despite saying that she kept saying she needed to decide between the two of us. I've seen some of her conversations. She would tell him that she loved him and then turn around and say the same things to me. She was also apparently sleeping with both of us during this entire period. At least one time I know of it was within the same 8-hour period. At this point, I've had enough. We had a conversation over text where she went into how she could never be with this guy and all the things he doesn't do and all these things she doesn't like about him, etc. I did something I wasn't super proud of. I sent screenshots of that conversation to the guy. It was super risky, but as it turns out, he was clueless. I can confirm this based on his conversations with her. She had told him that we've been separated since February, that we didn't even live together anymore. She had been living a complete double life, and this had been going on since April. It gets worse though. I found out that she slept with him in 2010, 2013, 2014, and 2015. So counting this year, she has cheated on me with him 5 times over our 10-year relationship. She even had him take a paternity test for my daughter because she wasn't sure. Came back not his. I've never felt so lost and disgusted in my life. I'm completely emotionally unstable. She is still living at the house with me. She is supposed to be moving out the first week in October. I can't stand coming home and looking at her face. The marriage was a sham. Everything was a lie. How could she do this to me after all we have been through? I just don't know how to deal with this pain. The good news is that I got past the depression stage. That was not my best moment, sitting in the floor with a knife. But I do have my kids to think of, so I'm at least past that. But it still hurts. I want it to be over. We are splitting the kids 50-50, splitting the 2 cars between us. She's moving out and I'm keeping the house. It just can't happen fast enough. I feel like I won't be able to heal until she is gone. I didn't just lose my wife. She was my best friend. I confided everything to her in my life. I could talk to her about anything, tell her anything. She was a major part of my life and growing into an adult. I feel sick, lost, dead inside. It's just hollow. Sorry for the long post. Thanks for reading. Consider seeking professional help to work through your emotions and rebuild your sense of self-worth. Physical self-care, even in small ways, can also have a positive impact on your mental health. Once your wife moves out, you'll finally have the space needed to heal. The separation will be painful, but it will also allow you the emotional distance to begin putting yourself back together. Take each day one step at a time, focusing on short-term goals like getting through each day and being there for your kids. Allow yourself the time and patience to heal. It's not a linear process, and there will be ups and downs. Rediscover parts of yourself that may have been overshadowed, like hobbies or passions that are just for you. Remember that her choices are not a reflection of your worth. You deserve love, respect, and happiness. It's okay to let go of the idea of who she used to be and prioritize your well-being. You've already survived the worst, and with time, the pain will start to fade. You are stronger than you realize, and while this is incredibly hard, you will get through it one day at a time.